You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty Podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
And coming up today on the Positively Patty podcast, current events. We're going to take a look, and maybe even a listen, to Tom Dock as he talks about cicadas. Oh yeah, there's going to be a big brood, actually two broods that are going to merge and emerge, and it's going to be mid-April. So how does this affect your pets? We'll find out. Oh, and he'll also tell us about the eclipse. So stay tuned to the Positively Patty podcast. And now on the Positively Patty podcast, we have, my friend, certified veterinary journalist, Noah's Animal Hospital communications manager, and also Pet Pals TV investigative reporter. Whew, he does a lot. Here's Tom Dock, and we're going to talk about, of course, animals and dogs and cats, pets, and cicadas. They're coming.
They are. And you know what? It's the first time in over 200 years that we have two different broods of the cicada hatching out in various areas of our state. So very interesting, kind of historic, actually, too.
Okay. And I said, Tom, you got to find out about this because I was getting questions for Pet Pals TV, and they're like, I don't know. I did look up a little bit. The last time we had these two broods come out at the same time, it was 1803.
Thomas Jefferson was president at that time.
Good.
Indiana wasn't even a state then.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was just in this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the cicada. It's a fairly large insect. And again, they come up out of the ground, they mate, and then they pass out. They die. But for that couple days or so, it's going to be pretty noisy out there too.
Yeah, right. So there's lots of, I think, probably over 20 different broods across the United States. They all hatch out at different times. There's some that hatch out every 2 to 3 years. But what's interesting about this year is we have two broods at the same time. The number 13 brood, which is a 17-year cicada. So they mate, they lay their eggs. 17 years later, they hatch out. And we're in that year right now. The number 19 brood is a 13-year cicada. Same type thing. And this is one of those years where 17 and 13 are coinciding. Oh. Now, it just depends on where you're going to be at in the state of Indiana. We know that the Northwest region around Chicago, that's the number 13 brood, the 17-year cicada, okay? They're going to be hatching out up in that area. And we know from Evansville north, kind of along the western border with Illinois, that's the number 19 brood or the 13-year cicada. So those are the areas that are going to probably be heavier hit, but certainly they could appear all over the state.
Okay, the question that comes up again and again is, what if my dog eats them? What's going to happen to him?
Sure. You already alluded to they're a large bug. They have a wingspan of about 3 to 4 inches, a body probably of about a couple inches, and they're covered in an exoskeleton, just like all bugs are, just like lobsters and shrimp and crabs and everything like that. So it's a hard exoskeleton made of protein. And so people they look at them and are like, well, certainly there's got to cause a problem. And the reality is they don't.
They don't.
They really don't. They're not toxic. Okay, so there's no poison in them.
Yeah. Oh, and they can't bite.
They can't bite your pet or you. So it's safe to handle them.
Okay.
And then if your dog eats it, I just tell people, remember that dogs and cats kind of like to eat insects. And it's not bad for them. I think the biggest issue, especially with your cats, maybe your smaller dogs, is it's a good sized insect. It's got a spiky exoskeleton that might cause irritation in the GI tract. So you might see a dog trying to retch. You might see a dog even vomit something up. But as far as any kind of lasting effects, not really.
Okay, that's good. But I guess they're curious more than anything,
Well, actually, and I was curious too. And did you know that you can find recipes for barbecuing cicadas or cicada kebabs, sauteing cicadas? Yeah, I mean, they're full of protein. I've not tried them yet personally, but of course, my curiosity got the best of me, and that might be something I try this spring. Who knows?
Okay. Well, on that note, boy, you got me on that one. I don't think I want to try that. I like most foods, but not that one. The other thing we want to talk about that we've had some questions that's coming up soon is the eclipse. And how does that? We know that as people, we're not supposed to look at it, unless we have special glasses on. Right. What does it do to wildlife and animals?
Sure. And that's a great question. There's actually been studies done on this, on how does it impact animals. And they've looked at zoos. They've done social media reports where they're saying, hey, look at what this person posted the last time there was an eclipse, right?
Yeah.
What did my pet do? And so what I think we need to keep in mind is man is really the only animal stupid enough to look at a sun. All right. Our dogs and cats don't really look at the sun. The wildlife is not looking at the sun. Okay. So the question comes, we don't need glasses.
They don't need special
glasses, right? The question then is, how's it going to impact their behavior? And that's a very, very valid point. For any animal that's more nocturnal or maybe even gets more active during dusk and dawn, which is called crepuscular. And
it's called, what is that?
Crepuscular is active at dawn and dusk. And our cats kind of fall into that area. Okay. The gradual dimming of the light may get them to start going into their nighttime routine.
Or their zoomies for the cat.
Yeah, or their zoomies, yeah. We see this with birds and insects very much, too, that they start getting into this nighttime routine. I saw somebody post, and it was not an individual. It was actually a government agency. I won't say which online here, but they posted, oh, your dogs are going to get anxious because of the sudden darkness, and you should be really worried about them. And first of all, one, pets don't look at the sun. And two, it's not like turning off a light switch. This is going to be several hour-long event. And so the pets are going to go, it must be nighttime. Or because it's happening in early afternoon, they're probably at home while we're at work, sleeping on their bed. They may not even notice.
Wow, that's very, very, very interesting. You solved two questions that I've been getting a lot lately, and all with good, honest answers. So, all right. And again, how many dogs do you have at home?
So I have four, including Orion, who's sleeping at my feet right now. Orion is one of the Indy 11 mascots. If you follow USL soccer, that's not the MSL or MLS, excuse me. It's the second tier. But here in Indianapolis, they're celebrating their 10th year in Indianapolis. Yeah. So we own the mascots, two of them, Orion, who's here, and Kratos, who's seen on Wish TV pretty regularly and Pet Pals TV pretty regularly. They are the mascots. We also have two females, which occasionally show up at the games if we have like a special dog night or something
and how many pounds of dog do you have?
Yeah, I counted it up the other day. Orion's lost weight, so I think we're down to 750.
750 pounds of dog.
Right. And to answer all the questions, because we have trading cards for the dogs too, to answer all these questions. Orion is 6 years old. Kratos is 3 years old. Ryan has a sister named Andromeda who's 6. Nike, the oldest one, is 8. We go through 25 pounds of food in 5 days. I don't think it's probably appropriate on a podcast to talk about the cleanup of the yard, but that happens every day as well.
If it goes in, it's got to come out.
It's got to come out, right? But they're pretty lazy. They're not like a high energy breed, and that works for our family really well.
He's such a good boy right now. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Okay, Tom Dock, certified veterinary journalist, Noah's Animal Hospitals, and also our investigative reporter for Pet Pals TV. You always do such a terrific job. Thank you. And I always say he's my yes man because I say, Tom, would you?
Yes.
Tom,
yes.
You think you could?
Yes.
Can you come in? Yes. So thank you again for being my yes man.
It's my pleasure.
And I highly endorse Noah's Animal Hospitals too. They're good people for your good pets. All right. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. And you'll be listening on the Positively Patty podcast.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at PetPalsTV.com and stay with Wish TV online at WishTV.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at AllIndianaPodcastNetwork.com.